Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Let's play the Upper Cathedral Ward, the area where you'll find the Celestial Emissary bosses and Ibritas, the daughter of the Cosmos. This door will only open after you've killed the Bloodstaff Beast in Old Yharnam, and then you can gain access to this place. Plus, you must also get the Upper Cathedral key in Yargul Unseen Village. There is a video on the channel on the Let's Play Yargul Unseen Village as well. In that chest you'll find one of the first communion runes that adds a little bit more to your communion vials. You can equip that on your Carol runes in the Cathedral Ward. A couple of pickups on these balconies, but I did not go for them because there's a couple of enemies here. They can knock you off these little walkways. Main aim for me is to get to the Cathedral Ward. The chest in this building in here is quite important. That's where you find one of the other important ruins. It gives you access to buy, I think it's Bold Hunter's Marks, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's one of the sword ruins that you actually find in this chest. Okay, this is where you need the Upper Cathedral key that you find in Yargul Unseen Village. You will note that I'm already wearing the Choir Hunter's garb. This is also the area where you obtain this actually beautiful garb. It's very mysterious in a way. A lot of these little celestial snot monsters all over the place. There's some blue elixirs over here by this gate. I love using the blue elixirs. They actually they can hide you from certain enemies and all that stuff. We get two of the doctors here on the... Be very careful of that little lantern thing that he does there. That could be a one-shot if your character isn't very strong. They are quite easy to miss for all these characters. So as soon as you see them moving, just go for a shot and a miss one. But those arcane attacks can be quite difficult. You'll find your lantern right up here, and then we're going to get into playing this whole area as quickly as we can. So if you go to the right hand side, you'll find another Carol rune. It's one of the arcane runes. Which shows a madman's knowledge for me because I've already picked it up with this character. For some reason these little snot monsters aren't violent, but these are. So maybe it's worse on the left hand side than the right, I don't know. Here you're going to find a couple of crows and some cold blood over here, which is always good. Like I always said, it helps you to upgrade your character or buy consumables. Man, these guys are really pissed off. Here you're going to find another one of the sickle swinging doctors. But like I say, they're quite easy to whistle. As soon as they move, just shoot them. And, what a weird animation, man. Okay. Now inside here, you're going to find one of the brain suckers guarding the clothing set that I'm wearing, except the mask or the headpiece. The headpiece we find on the other side of this area. Just be very careful with those characters as they suck out your insights. And if you don't have insights, they can actually kill you. What I'm going to attempt here is to get the orphanage key through the door. Now, if you have a long range weapon, this can be done. This is just like a little cheese move. Usually what I do is I use my whirligig saw, my power attack, and it's strong enough to reach that enemy. Okay, I missed it there. You just have to stand at the right place. Okay, got it there. Now sometimes the brain sucker will run down to the door and you can kill it and get the key. In this case I had to take another long range weapon like my beast cutter or my threaded cane and lure into the door. I'm going to go that way anyway. If you can't do this through the door, then you're going to have to follow the long route. But yeah, I'm just going to kill him. He's standing right behind the door, so that's the key that you need to gain access to the boss fight. but we are going to run through this whole area. Once you pick up that Madman's Knowledge, there's going to be a wolf that's going to jump through that window. So don't go for the Madman's Knowledge first. Try the door thing and then go for the knowledge. Usually they drop blood shards or twin blood shards or vials. It depends. A couple of werewolves in this area. They're actually swinging from the chandeliers there. You can see them there in the background at the top. Now, if you go to the right hand side of this staircase, this is where you'll find the Cosmic Eye Badge, and that's the eye badge that once you've obtained that, you can start buying beast blood pellets and various other arcane related consumables from the Bath Messengers. Again, it's guarded by a brain sucker. But this is where you'll find that the Cosmic Eye Badge. There is a video on the channel on how you find this in a different way as well. Again, if I pick it up, it's going to show me either a Bold Hunter's Mark or a Madman's Knowledge, because I've already obtained it. Now, of course, the wolves, they saw me as I came in here. So, okay, that's new. The wolf got stuck. Okay, never seen that before. The wolf got stuck on the... Oh well, okay, cool. No, well, you stay there. Okay, not gonna fight these wolves. There's 4 of them, so as soon as you enter this little hallway, they can't actually follow you in here, so you're quite safe. There's a little scurrying monster over there that has a blood chunk. Be very careful of the blood sucker or the brain sucker on the right hand side of that doorway. If you just waltz in there casually, he'll grab you by the head and he'll suck you dry. The snot as you hit these things. A lot of pus and stuff coming out. Now, before we head to the balcony, we are going to go down the other hallway to go and get the headpiece and a couple more Madman's Knowledges and all that stuff. If you use a blue elixir in this area, this thing doesn't really see you that much. My advice to you is just kill it as quickly as you can. Don't mess with this thing because they can be quite damaging. That's where you find one of the pole slugs, which is a chalice consumable that you need to gain access to a certain chalice. Madman's Knowledge. I think this one is the headpiece. Yes, the blindfold cap. That's it. And here we find, what's this? Oh, it's blue elixirs. Now, this would be the normal route that you would take to come and get the key if you couldn't do the thing through the door. There's another brain sucker standing there on the balcony. You can sneak up to him, do a visceral on him. Whatever's your fancy, whatever the way you want to kill him. We already got the key, so we don't really need to be in this area. Unless you've explored the place to its fullest potential. Of course, behind this door is where you'll find the make contact gesture, which you use to obtain one of the moon ruins from the Mensis Eye. Also, there is a video on the channel on how you obtain all 3 of the moon ruins. But this is the gesture that you're going to use in order to get that thing, the make contact. This is where you find this thing. It's not a very big area to explore, but it is quite an interesting one. Okay, now once the door is open here, it just serves as a shortcut. Should you die, you can just run this way to come and get the consumables. But that's it basically for this part of the thing. We're going to head down to the main door. There's some Ritual Blood 5, that little light there in the background. Also, very important chalice consumable. The wolves will chase you to this door sometimes, but they can't get through the door, so you can do the killing them from a distance thing. Of course, there's some cold blood over here, another shortcut door. Should you die, you can just run. You don't have to run to the side of the building, you can just come into these gates. Okay, so we're going to head to, well, probably the easiest boss fight in the whole game, which is the Celestial Emissaries. Just look for the one that looks the most guilty. It's actually very easy to spot. There's about eight of these little blue bubbles that start attacking you, but only one is the Celestial Emissary, basically. And he is kind of like I don't know, he gets big when he gets excited. I don't make of that what you will. They don't like fire, so yeah, if you use fire on any weapon, you can get through this fight pretty quickly. Off to the right hand, you'll see the guy. He just looks, he moves very slowly. He's the one that he attacks you last, basically. Yeah, just get rid of these guys as quickly as you can. Center him out. You see, look at him. He looks so guilty. He's the guy. Well, you can't see the power bar because I'm doing this HUDless. He's going to transform into his big face now. But, like I said, it's not a hard boss. If you just keep on hacking and slashing, it's done. Usually, you would, if you do this for the first time, you'll get another communion ruin from there. Hence, I got a madman's knowledge. Light this lantern, break this window, and then we're going to head over to Ibritas. There's actually a very cool arcane weapon as well over here. It's called the Coal Beyond. You might have seen Mikolas use this weapon. You've seen the Choir Hunter use this weapon. Very, very powerful arcane weapon. If you have a very high arcane rating, this thing can do some serious damage to your enemies. It does use quite a lot of your bullets. You know, you do substitute bullets in order to use this thing. I'm going to use it here quickly. But it is a very powerful arcane weapon. I don't think my arcane is that strong on this character. I don't really like using arcane, or I'm not really one of those players. I depend on strength and skill. Be careful of these little tangly head things because they throw stuff at you, like you saw there. Plus, Ibritas, the boss, she throws bigger stars than that at you. If you see her raise her tentacles up to the sky, be very careful and just run, because that could kill you. It's also a one-shot. Plus, you have the option to summon the Mensa Scholar down here, which is quite cool. If he detects your power is a little bit low or your health is going down, he'll actually come and heal you with the choir bell. So you do have the option to either use your friends to come and help you with Ibritas. Very tough boss, not a pushover at all. Or you can use the Mensa Scholar for this battle to draw her attention while you hack and slash her from behind. I remember when I did a rating of the bosses a couple of years ago. This was actually, I think, my second hardest boss that I put on that thing. She's tough. She's not easy at all. Another great design. I mean, the way you can see this is one of the great ones is because the great ones, they look like they all have wings for some reason. I mean, look at those set of wings on this thing. She was basically sitting there mourning at the grave of Rom, the vacuous spider, which is also a celestial being in the game. Once you see Ibritas drop her head down, she's basically getting ready to go into her second phase, but that she gives you a couple of seconds, 5 seconds or maybe 5 or 6 seconds, where she does nothing. That's basically an open license for you to just, cause damage. You see, when she does that, there you have a little open license to just hit. So maybe save your stamina. Don't log on to this boss. That's my advice to you. Move around her freely, because if you log on to her, it's very likely that she's going to hit you with her head. But that's it, basically, my friends. This is what you'll expect to get when you play the Upper Cathedral Ward. I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Menzies. He's charging at me. But I'll see you in the next one, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. You take care, and let the good blood guide your way.